going to Joe's house where Angela is stirring up evidence.
Christian.
But I don't want to be dragging your guys' stuff, dude.
You don't want to be brought in, but you're here for him.
He's my friend.
He's your friend.
Yeah,
After you guys know that he hasn't paid rent for 2 months, and yet you want to be here and side with him.
I don't know what he's saying and what he hasn't.
Shut up!
I'm not going to shut up.
After you sat here and told me you were going to have money for me, and yet you fucking take forever and wait till I'm at work to break into the fucking
I'm
apartment.
breaking no apartment.
Yes, you did. How the fuck did you get
It
in?
was open.
It wasn't fucking open because when I left to work, I locked the door. I locked the door.
If you're drunk.
I've been drinking.
Okay.
But I got off of work this morning and I've been drinking. I'm not going to sit here and fucking lie about it. I'm not. But you know what, Joe? You straight up sat here and said Alyssa, Chris, and Hannah will sit here and vouch for me.
Chris and them weren't even here last night.
I'm not talking about last night. I'm talking about before, and I told you we can squash whatever happened. And you know what, Joe? After I paid the remainder of the rent,
you told
which
me
was $394.50, you said you were going to pay it. And you know what, Joe? You never paid for it. So you know what? And then you came home and you told them you weren't going to pay me back because of the stupid little
you came in my room
power cord. Of course I did, because the light, Joe.
You turned it off.
Joe, who's been paying everything? Who's been paying everything? Your half and my half.
Well,
okay, I paid your half and the late fee. We've been late here because of you. We've been late here in this house because of you. You cannot come up with your half, and you've been sitting here telling me, oh, the lady said that she was sick or whatever. You know what, Joe? You know what, Joe? You had all day today to come up with your half, to where I wouldn't have to pay for anything. But you know what, Joe? You did it, and you went and you told everybody here heard you. You called me a cunt. You called me a cunt. I get a phone call. Listen, I get a phone call at work. I get a phone call at work at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me, yeah, I took the phone cords out because you know what? I've been paying the whole light bill.
Anybody here? The phone cord has nothing to do with it.
Anybody here will vouch for me.
The phone has nothing to do with it.
Is electric.
No, it's not.
The computer is run off of electric. The tower and the monitor runs off of electricity.
So does everything out there.
That is me. That is all me. I've been paying everything, Joe. You haven't paid rent or anything for the past 2 months.
That's bullshit.
Anybody here will back me up.
That's bullshit.
Anybody here will back me up. And you know what? If I wanted to harm you,
I'm not scared.
Don't you? You know what? I don't care.
I'm not done.
I don't care.
I'm not going to jail for no
And you're sitting here on the phone with the cops. You got to call the cops all the time because you think something's going to happen to you.
Bullshit.
But you know what? If I wanted something to happen to you, it would have happened a long time ago.
No, legally,
but you know
you're
what?
trying to get me out of here legally right now.
Legally, I already told you. I talked to the landlord this month, and who paid the rest of the rent? Me.
You went behind my back.
Me. I didn't go behind your back.
All this shit.
I didn't tell the landlord. You weren't even here. It was before the landlord came here that I told you to take a couple days off. I didn't know he was going to come, but when he came, I told you. Him and Jose bring it to me because they know me. And I'm not going to sit here and put my apartment on jeopardy for anything. You know?
Yeah, you come in here and tell
Seriously, and I squashed everything. Look, Joe, I squashed everything. And you know what? As soon as when I got paid came around and I said I was going to take care of the remainder of the rent, you got in your attitude and you locked yourself up in the room.
No.
Yes, you did.
It's cold.
Yes, you did.
It's cold.
Yes, you did. Because you feel like everybody wants you out. You're going to lock yourself up in the room and try to blame it on me.
No.
But you know what? A majority of my money has come out of this, and you know what, Joe? If you can't pay me back, that's fine. If you want to take me to court, fine. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking bullshit about it.
All I want to
And
do
you know what? You
is
wanna call the cops. You wanna call the cops? Fine. Get the cops involved. Get the cops involved. But you know what, Joe? Honestly, I have people that are gonna vouch for me in court. That most of my money's been coming out of all of this. And you know what, Joe? You're gonna
we
end
should
up.
have done everything.
Everything was done legally. Joe, I cutted you. The receipts are legal.
We haven't had.
But you know what? I've had all the receipts because Jose has brought them to me. And whenever you're not here, he brings them to me. I have all the receipts. But you know what, Joe? You shouldn't have the receipts because you haven't paid anything. The first month when I had the rent paid and you moved in here, yeah, I give it to you. And I told you, I give it to you. You paid me back. You paid me back. But you know what? After that, it's been nothing but my fucking money.